he'd easily be an MVP candidate. I think it's a harder argument because of his weaker early stages, but this guy has been such a monster solo carry threat. He has been dominating games on a variety of different picks, and I'm so excited to see if he's going to be able to pull that off for the team and lock in that second place.
Now both of these.
Go ahead, Mark. That's why I think it's an interesting game, because you're talking about potential MVP candidates. Ssumday in the top lane has had a monstrous split all along. So I think in a lot of ways this is an indirect Ssumday versus Jiizuke game where people are going to be counting on them to hard carry them into that second place finish.
Yeah, both of these teams have been on absolute fire here in the second half of the split, and seems rightfully so then that they're competing here in our final game of what would be called the regular split for second best team in the LCS heading into the postseason. Evil Genius's 100 Thieves hitting the rift in just a bit. We see the band tables, our bands out there on the table, so then I'm going to hand it right back over to freaking Cody for one more call.
Thank you very much, Dash, and welcome to our fourth and final game of the day. It turns out Monday Night League isn't dead after all. We've got games. I guess it's more like Monday Afternoon League because it's 3 p.m. Anyway, on to the actual game itself. That was a great intro. A battle for second place is
10
here,
out of 10, buddy. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, if the grading scale is of things that I can do, that's probably my peak. So, I think something really interesting about this game is I think there is and this is backed up statistically as well, there is a huge mismatch in both top and mid lane. Jiizuke, as we were hearing the AD talk about it, is a back half of the split MVP candidate. First half, not quite so good, sure, whatever. But on the other side, Kumo is one of the worst performing top laners against Ssumday, who is a primary carry for 100 Thieves.
And something I wanted to get into for Champion Select for this game is targeting those players. For Evil Geniuses, Jiizuke, I think, is a really good example. The last time we saw him on the Kale, this much more scaling champion that has to get ascendancies for her to gain range, gain more power to be able to function. I really think that EG performs so much better when they get Jiizuke on the champions that you more closely associate with him, the Rise, the LeBlanc, the Echo. These types of things that can go into side lanes as well, that can really keep up pressure and have more of an identity being self-sufficient and not really having to rely on a setup team.
Well, you can see what comes through right now is the Zoe is in for Ryoma. He's going to feel pretty comfortable. We're going to wait to see what it is Jiizuke is going to play. They grab Sejuani, instantly throw out the Trundle ban against Svenskeren. Meteos going to be on tank duty, and expecting Cody's son to be on a pretty strong backline damage machine. We know Aphelios got grabbed right away. Bang should be pretty comfortable there. He's generally a very safe, high uptime team fight machine. That is an easy win condition to find on the blue team.
All right, like the bans as well, banning out the Trundle when you pick the Sejuani here on first round, so Meteos doesn't want to be on the receiving end of the shred coming through for team fights. Zilean going to be banned out as well. Zilean actually, flexible champion, been played in top lane and as support in addition to the mid lane, so I'm pretty curious at what the intel was on that for target banning it. Obviously, Aatrox is already picked up, so we're assuming Kumo is taking it because it's one of his most played. Does best for him. And they want him comfortable in the matchup with Ssumday.
Yeah, likely battling Sett up there. We really expect that to be the matchup. We already know there's jungler, there's the support grab as well. 100 Thieves going to wait on their bot lane pick for last. They already know they're against Aphelios Braum, but they say, okay, we'll just go Thresh first. We'll wait for AD carry at the very end. Let's make sure we know what the rest of your comp is. Who's your jungle? Who's your mid? Show it, and then we'll put our carry down there.
Yeah, I'm very excited now to see what Cody's son's going to pull out, because all this talk of him wanting to play more aggressive, wanting to play more of these kill lanes. There's definitely some AD carries I feel like that have not been really branched out towards for fear of people getting flamed if the more unconventional picks don't work out. You get some ooze from Freak with the Malzahar for some point and click, baby. That's not exactly a solo type of champion, a self-sufficient type of champion for Jiizuke, but it is a champion that they did have success on with him. And it really does come from your level 6. Of course, you get to lock down the Zoe. You get to lock down someone on 100 Thieves for Evil Geniuses to actually take down.
Okay, so champions locked in. Jhin was the hover. Over to Kalista, I think, is a more likely pick. And that's the kind of champion you wait to see, like, okay, is it okay to pick Kalista? No, it's not. Varus is going to go back for some total late game, long range safety, 525 attack range, above average for a marksman. Yeah. And we know with Rage Blade and Ruin King can put plenty of damage out there as well.
That's the key. The key word in Freak's description, range. Because Kalista into Malzahar feels like garbage. Her range is so short, and she relies so much on her mobility with the passive. If Malzahar ults you, you just feel completely useless. It takes all the marbles, except for Cloud9's already first, but this is all the rest of the marbles for who's going to get second place. I'm actually really excited for this one. Svenskeren back on the Lee Sin. I like to see him on, these types of champions. Lots of mobility, lots of options that he can go for early on. Of course, Jiizuke, kind of the opposite. A lot less options early on. Malzahar generally trying to just wave clear, farm up to 6. And Zoe's really the one that has more of those looks early on. We'll see if Ryoma can actually continue on with his power arc this split, as he's generally been getting a lot more favor.
Yeah, he's doing a bit better. Overall, laning phase-wise, he is still the weakest starting mid laner in terms of like golden XP difference. On the other side, Kumo has that same honor up in top lane. And
dubious honors.
To a certain degree. Like, sure, and don't get me wrong, like these are not bad players, but you're in, one of the most competitive leagues in the world. There's a lot of great players out there. Someone has to be 10th, right? And that's what's sort of happening here. Jiizuke, a primary carrier for EG, Ssumday, a primary carrier for Thieves, and they have people that I'm expecting them to beat up on early on and have a lead to use. That is my expectation coming into this game. We'll see if that changes based on actual performance, but it's sort of an indirect solo versus solo carry.
Oh, Stunt actually going to get a nice little flay auto there with the empowered auto 2 onto Zeyzal, and they start the push wars.
Looks like early push is going to go 100 Thieves' way. I gotta say, one of my favorite changes about the new season support items is that Thresh can actually get Relic Shield and not miss cannons constantly. I earn so much more gold with Thresh supports now because they can actually less hit them. It is such a big quality of life. But look at that. He wouldn't have gotten that melee minion if it weren't for the changes. So happy about that one. Ryoma, does he go for the... Yeah, it doesn't take... It's not worth the turret shot or 2 to land that Q there.
Exactly. Doesn't want to tank anything extra. Jiizuke did start channeling his Corrupting Potion. Maybe he can try and get a little bit of damage off to tag them, get the burn going. But push wars were won, of course, by the Thresh Varus here. Stunt going to take the opportunity, actually, to go pretty deep in this jungle for an early ward and try and figure out if Svenskeren is doing the red side clear or not. Ding, ding. Information acquired. It is the full red side clear for Sven.
Red Krug's X, and X is most likely chickens, but it's not a guarantee. But that's what they're going to probably put together. They're going to know that Lee Sin pretty much has to be top of the map pretty soon, and if he were to gank bot lane, it would be very irresponsible. Big fight down to the bottom side, trading blows back and forth. Zeyzal dropped to 2/3. Cody's son a bit low as well, but each side staying alive as they are going back and forth as they fight over the lane control. Cody's son had perfect CS in the first 2 waves. Looking now at the next one to come through yet again, and yeah, just dropping those minions down. No big problems there. Checking in on the top side, a temporary lead for Kumo as he's got the push pressure. But
temporary jungler as well.
Okay, here we go. Flash. Ooh, good flash by Kumo, gets away. Dodges a slow as well. Crucial flash, crucial sidestep. Now Svenskeren's here. Is it ward hop into E? Does he do anything bigger? Lands the Q. Goes for it onto Ssumday. His body's telling him yes. Giant punch though. Sett turns it around and Svenskeren is running for dear life. Has flash, has to burn it. Slowed a little bit, gets away. I can't believe this happened. Ssumday turns it around. TP back in. Shouldn't be that hard for Meteos to get away from this one. Yes, he gets hit, but actually, just kidding, they've got the damage. Ssumday flashes in for the kill. It's a bloodbath up in top lane.
Man, I love watching Ssumday play League of Legends. He pulls out the biggest haymaker in the 2v2 on the top side. We're going to continue this scramble up here. He's teleporting back. Kumo You sure you don't want any more here? Does push the wave in. Ssumday also got a follow-up second kill by flashing to finish off Svenskeren there. And you can't count the number of times, Freak, where I've heard someone shout just like you, I can't believe Sett has done this. Up mid-action.
I do not believe he's not really slowed by the exhaust because of his passive shield. Getting away from the silence, decent damage there from Ryoma, staying out of turret range, and now a new stun towards Kumo, who cannot flash away. Stunt is there, has the hook. You are going down. Kumo's gonna be 0, 2, and 1. Who gets the kill is the question. Ryoma burns the Spell Thief to get that one away. Alrighty, so once again, minions dropped off, and some comfort picked up here as Zeyzal roams up top side of the map to sleep on his Svenskeren, has to burn another ward to hop away. And now he's out of trinkets to jump to. Zeyzal will start on this scuttle, but I believe he has to just say, well, I leashed it for you. Y'all have fun.
Back in the action here. All right.
And now,
let's see. What did I miss topside?
Yeah.
Another person got
You're in
killed.
there.
Yeah, we got a little bit of delay.
Oh, there was a fight in mid.
All right, Scuttle Crabs. Both Scuttle Crabs taking 400 Thieves in the aftermath, and Ssumday with the extra kills to his name, rushing for the Ninja Tabi here. Extra armor for the top side. He's going to have a very good time in the matchup now. Meanwhile, bottom side, see if they can actually stop the recall here for Bang. Don't think they'll chase that far, though.
Alright, word's gonna drop, no problems there. Cody's son gonna earn a little bit of extra cash. 5 CS lead, took the double longsword recall earlier on. Bang, getting the kind of expected, slightly later than he wanted. It's one wave later than he wanted. You can see how he gets to shove in a non-cannon wave, but he had dropped some CS from the early pressure, couldn't get a BF sword recall off, but it says, okay, buy a BF when you can, don't wait for the next cannon wave. That's the correct choice there. And just simply, that's the way it is. Ocean Drake going to be grabbed, no problem. 100 Thieves going to feel comfortable in this early game. They've got some decent item spikes. They've got that early Ocean Drake, and they've got a 1,500 gold lead.
1,500 definitely feels nice. Some days a big part of it, and the ultimate popped here from Kumo.
Ooh, big punch comes in again. Ssumday and Kumo trading battle. Trading back and forth in this battle, and ulti burned means less move speed and everything else, but okay, here comes the play. There's the blast cone popped, and Ssumday is in a 1 vs 3. Has an ult, will have W up soon, but has nowhere else to go. Tries to dodge away. There's the ulti in. There's a ton of crowd control, and there's simply no way to outplay that ultimate. Good roam top side gets Kumo on the board.
We got a Thunderdome up here. The fights just keep rolling. Jiizuke goes into the alcove. They're going to be able to find him in there. Nobody goes to check. They didn't watch him. They didn't watch him slip in there, Freak. All right, recalls go off then. Ceasefire.
Ceasefire on the top side, a 700 gold difference plus the Drake, and actually that shrinks a little bit as well as mid is under fire. Bang getting plenty of damage there. And melee range of the Chuckrums gives you essentially more attack speed as he chunks down that turret. Almost gets a second plate, but has to fall back. Has to stay safe, still holds a 10 CS lead. Bot wave got shoved in, and Cody said in Stunt, are they gonna, no, they're just gonna knock the ward down and leave. They could have greeted for the plate if they wanted to. In fact, the plate dies without them getting in local gold range. That's 160 gold lost as a choice made to go kill that control ward instead. That's actually reasonably close in value. A control ward kills worth 105. It's 75 to buy and 30 to kill. So I don't really hate taking control ward down instead of plate. I think that's actually totally reasonable to do. End of the day, though, they're going to take their recalls when needed. Otherwise, walking mid there on the Varus, then back to bot lane.
Yeah, Rift Trail is going to go a long way here for this mid game, trying to knock down one of these towers. Jiizuke is under a little bit of pressure, but should be able to dodge out. No problem from the reversal there as they just rotate their bottom lane back down after their work is done here. Rift Herald acquired 400 Thieves.
Okay. Herald's going to be a nice pickup there. It's going to mean maybe even some more gold. Here we get the second plate dropped to the bot side, and Bang is constantly going the right place at the right time. This is why I love using gold different stats instead of CS different stats when trying to compare players, because even though Bang is down, reflected the scoreboard at the bottom, but it certainly reflects the items he can buy. And so Bang is really earning himself a ton of cash early game, and he's going to spike pretty early on.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do with it, because Bang has been such an instrumental player for Evil Geniuses this entire split, getting them to this position where they're within striking distance of second place. He's been so consistent throughout the split, really bringing that damage to the team fights later, and that's what they're going to need here.
Ssumday wants to take a little bit of a punch in. 180 true damage, walks it right back out. Decent enough chance in the top side. Does have extra kills, but not quite bullying the lane. Meteos and Ryoma on their way to the top side. Meteos, I believe, was not spotted, but Svenskeren and Jiizuke going to see him there. Has to maybe queue over the wall. He's going to wait around. Knows Lee Sin was nearby. Says, okay, yeah, I'll burn this. I'll get out. Let's leave this one. Blue, pretty easily handed over. There's a small chance of a steal, but it's very unlikely. Ssumday hatching a ward. He should probably fight this. He knows it's there. He doesn't punch it. Okay, maybe next time. There we go. Ward kill.
What will it hatch into? A little ward birdie? A little ward snake? Perhaps?
I mean, technically, it could be a ghost poro.
True, true.
Oh, I guess it would be a zombie ward, actually. Well, ghost poro is when yours times out, and the zombie ward's when you kill one, right? So, depending on, I guess if it's an enemy ward, then it has to be a zombie ward.
All right, well, looking for the next possible play here. Jiizuke does have the ultimate backup for Malzahar, and teleport is ready. So if the game progresses as bloody as it's been, I expect that teleport to be used quickly. Top side will be the side of another skirmish.
Flash get out, kick into the wall. They're going to have a lot of damage on the Ssumday, but he should still have the ulti and the W if needed. Pulls him right back in. Big punch comes in. Cannot find that kill. His health bar is running so dangerously low, but he's regenning. And they can't find the last shot. Ssumday gets away, and Meteos runs in. Interference. Stunt now here as well. Not a lot of mana for the re-engage, but Ryoma's on the way up. Now, Herald also needs to be summoned before too long. Only a minute left on that one. Hook! And he gets the guess. Well done by Stunt. Figured out which way Kumo wanted to go. He's drowsy. They're taking the aggro. Here comes Ssumday. He's back in. TPing to a ward place down earlier. And it's 2 kills in the dive. But now Ryoma's got to be afraid. He's just out of turret range. But Svenskeren's here for the Q. Flashes away, but he's going to burn down all the same. Jiizuke flashes away. Herald charges the top side. A bit of gold earned there by Meteos. And now Hunter Thieves got to figure out how they want to play this 3v2. Jiizuke and Svenskeren still around. And they're going to now collapse onto Jiizuke. There is the lantern. Stunt gets away. Can't find the flay just yet. Flashes away. Wants to run. Svenskeren's still going to fight Meteos here. I'm not sure who wins that fight necessarily, but the stun's going to land. Aftershock is on. Q's going to get in there as well. No damage yet for Svenskeren. Over the wall goes Kumo. But Meteos gets that solo kill first. Pulled right back in. He's going to drop down. More kills coming back and forth and back and forth. 6-4 the scoreboard. Ssumday has once again rejoined the lane, walking to the top side.
This is how I like to break tiebreakers, freak. Complete bloodbath, just battling it out. Meanwhile, the AD carries are both taking turret plates in mid lane and bottom lane, respectively. Bang able to get most of them off of mid, while Cody Sun does the same to bottom. They're going to have to run for their lives afterwards, though.
Big damage on a Bang. Actually burns his cleanse to get rid of Ignite. To watch that fight again top side.
Right, so that was a great pick there. Stunt landing the hook onto Kumo, and then Ssumday's back after running it out from the top side and not going down. Teleports back into the fray, is able to pick up the one here. Good ult from Jiizuke, gets Ryoma low enough for Svenskeren to finish off. And then we've got the splits, which is going to have to be reviewed at another time because back on live, objectives are more important. 100 Thieves, they've got dragon number 2, so they really haven't lost their focus on stacking those dragons, even though the game has gotten so scrappy and is filled with so much action. If they're the ones that continually return to the objective afterwards and stack that one up, they will be the long-term beneficiaries.
And so 100 Thieves feeling pretty comfortable. Their 1,500 gold lead plus the 2 Drakes. I mentioned that they were 8-2 in the second round robin. Those losses were to Cloud9 and Team Liquid, and they won't have to play either first round if they can win this game here and take second seed. C9 maybe waiting in the upper bracket final, but we're now going to see another battle up here as Kumo and Ssumday continue to do battle. Ssumday getting a push lead, but he is down farm.
Yeah, and top lane has been mostly about what other people have joined these fights.
True.
So let's just zoom out. I think we should always actually have the camera zoomed out like this when we're looking at top lane from now on to see what other people are sneaking around. Currently, Meteos is there. Ryoma was headed up for a possible roam, but Svenskeren given that knowledge, is going to try and turn the tables there for EG, and they just trade towers.
Yep, have to retreat down to the bottom side. First turret gold does go to Bang. He's doing a great job with the siege. Top's going to fall, of course, as well. And in either case, the local minion gold was denied by the fact that the players had to run away from a gank. Bang still plenty rich. Going to have a gold lead because I think he's at like 3 or 4 plates plus first turret gold. Shared overall. Nice snipe. Well done by Cody's son. That would have been an empowered Q. That was the W channel in there as well. So, 50% or so missing health on top of that one. Beats the smite of Svenskeren. That is a nice pickup there. Feels good to get blue buff. Once again, more on hit Varus. It seems like Comet Varus was a very short fad, even though it was a higher win rate build in solo queue.
You mentioned the turret plates for Bang. Cody's son also got a lot of turret plates when he was left down on bottom. And the AD carries are the only ones who haven't really had to get their hands dirty. They're the ones sitting at clean slate 0-0-0s. Do have a lot of extra turret plate money, though. So even though they haven't been in all the craziness topside, well, now Cody's sons might have to get his hands dirty.
He's in a bad spot, has to get to the lantern, just barely does. 110 health left. Burned heal, saved the flash. It was enough, but here comes reinforcements. Meteos going to spot by a ward, and Cody's son with the Ruin King is just desperately life-stealing back up. Now, Relic Show doesn't give health anymore on last hit. It doesn't feed health back to your teammate. That got removed a while ago, but Cody's son's decent enough. Redemption for Ryoma. Thank you, minions. Bot lane siege.
All right, Kumo is going to try and set this one up. You can see the rest of the team roaming down. Jiizuke's got his ult.
And not able to get himself onto the lantern. Good kick, good ward, good kill. Svenskeren has kill number 3.
Meanwhile, topside, they're also pushing in on that turret. And with the Chakrams, they're able to burn that thing down. You get close range with the extra return damage. And Evil Geniuses pick up a couple of wins on both sides of the map. 100 Thieves did get the tower, though, so they're still barely ahead in gold.
Okay, so we can see this one. 600 gold difference. Yeah, not that big, right? It has shrunk a little bit over time. That kill, of course, very useful. You get the turret score still 2-2, as these teams are being very split in what they're going for, right? The AD carries, the bot lanes aren't matching up. They're just taking their 2-on-1 victories in most cases, and well, the 2 Drakes, of course, still been picked up. Cloud still on the way. And I gotta say, Cloud is actually a really big deal in games with Malzahar. Anyone whose primary engage tool is I walk into range of you and then you take the hit. That 10% flat move speed off having Cloud's soul is a really big determining factor in whether or not Malzahar can walk into you successfully.
Yeah, definitely true. Speed differences are really big with the champion. Flash is available for him at the moment, so level 11, rank 2 ultimate, blue buff, and flash available. Those are pretty much all the tools that you want to have a successful Malzahar play. See if they can actually get something done, though. The mid turret is so low for them. Evil Genius is trying to push it in here before 100 Thieves can get there for defense.
We've seen triple Ninja Tabby come through for 100 Thieves, by the way. Makes sense on top and jungle, but even Cody's son stopped by for that one. Make sure he's a little bit safer against Lee Sin and Aatrox. QSS tax paid by the mid lane here in Ryoma. So he's not a good Mal's target, but that is also 300 gold that isn't damage on the Zoe. The pick's not going to be quite as strong as maybe they could have been at another point in time. Does have Sork Shoes, though, to weather that a little bit as Jiizuke went for Merc Treads. Oh, nice hook's going to find Spencer and tries to jump away, gets a kick to buy some time, and flashes back to safety. The flash in for Ryoma. Is it enough with the burn? It is not. He's going to stay safe right there. Ryoma theoretically could have flash followed with the Spell Thief, but that would have been a death for that play. No poke for Jiizuke, but it is Svenskeren not allowed to play the map as the Cloud Drake is alive.
Ooh, Svenskeren. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, going in for the triple play. Gets the pullback. No stun for Sejuani. Trying again. A stopwatch burn to stay alive, but Kumo's going to be in some danger. Ulti's going to miss from Aphelios. Kumo's running for dear life. He's burned the flash. The jump forward, not quite going to find that kill. Mid will fall, though. That is Herald being summoned. Mid turret is absolutely always going to die. They can crack that before the Herald charges, keeping it full health. Mid tier 2 should drop as well. There's still no Zeyzal up on the map, and Jiizuke is behind them. So mid tier 2 will die for this one. 2 turrets to nothing, plus the team fight victory, and they can easily retreat to the Cloud Drake.
100 Thieves find another pick for themselves, and even though they didn't kill Svenskeren before,
whew, that was dangerous. Blast coned right into the team. TP burned for safety. He shoved the wave in, but thought he might be caught. I think he was pretty much right about that. But shoves in top as well. So Jiizuke farming 2 lanes at once. It will still be the Cloud Drake given over. It's still 3 Drakes picked up for 100 Thieves, but at least there's some farm going into the mid lane.
Yeah, who said Malzahar is not a side lane champion? He's doing double time over there. Pushes bottom, pushes top as well. It's all because, though, 100 Thieves are taking objectives, stacking them up here. Those first two dragons followed so quickly now with the Cloud Drake, setting them up for the soul. And the tower that they already got before that with the Rift Herald means they still have that tiny bit of negligible gold buffer, but what it's all about is setting up for this Cloud Soul that is about to arrive, and double QSSs will be ready for the next dragon.
4 minutes till Soul. Very, very early one. 25-minute Soul on the table here for 100 Thieves. The gold is still close, though, right? That's the important thing, is that these teams can honestly fight in pretty equal standing. The single Ocean Drake regen, not absurd. The 10% ulti CDR doesn't do anything in an actual team fight. If you're not, trying to re-engage between ultimates, it doesn't have any other intrinsic value. The Mountain Drake, obviously, durability helps a little bit, but honestly, on the map at any given 5-on-5, it's a close one here. And Jiizuke now has 3 viable targets, as Cody's son has also paid the QSS tax, but that does also delay the items, right? 2,600 gold spent on Quicksilver Sash is more than the gold difference, so offensive stat-wise, EG are ahead.
All right, let's see about the push on mid then for EG. Can they catch anybody out? Doesn't seem to be the case here, although they do have a fairly decent setup for trying to move in after you push the wave. You get your mid wave through, and you get a little bit of minion vision there, which allows you to then spread out through the jungle and clear your vision down.
Well, right now, top river is seemingly the target, as Baron's been alive for just over a minute. 1 ward there for EG, otherwise a lot of darkness. Blue trinket just got popped, so that is some nervousness out of Cody's son. Says, okay, is Baron under fire? No, it's not. Jiizuke just knocks that ward back down, though, and reclaims the territory. 3 minutes till Cloud Soul. Ssumday having to fall away from Kumo with a 1-level lead. It seems like he wants to join the squad near mid, or at least jump into Fog of War and make them nervous. And here we go yet again, the attempt as the mid lane is being pushed in. 100 Thieves going to feel comfortable in this one, but Jiizuke aggressively pushing up, and this time around has to burn the recall. The TP is already down, has the cleanse here, and okay. Boop! Oh, this is going to be dangerous. Get the cleanse. Gonna try for this one. We know Ryoma can always QSS away the ultimate, but how could Jiizuke get out from this one? He's gonna clear the wave. He's gonna get rid of most of the minions. He's getting a lot of gold. He's gonna run all the way through the base, and the team is coming to join him. They're gonna be here pretty soon. More poke attempted to be landed. Jiizuke down to 1k. All right, nowhere else to go. This does allow EG to grab map control elsewhere. Jiizuke buys a lot of time, don't get me wrong. QSS actually still saved. Stein came through.
He's dealing a decent amount of damage too, taking Ryoma down. Plus, he got a bunch of minions on the minimap. You can see dying to that inhibitor turret. So, although Jiizuke was caught, he burned a lot of time and was delaying 100 Thieves there. Plus, provided us a few laughs, which we desperately need in these times.
Oh my gosh, that's some nice laughs, and he's going to be alive in time for the Drake. No problem, got a minute to spare on that one. It's about the time you want to be back in your fountain anyway when a Drake comes up. It's about a minute and change to give you the chance to push in waves and play for wards, everything else. Bang on a high damage build, right? IE into Hurricane. We've been seeing more and more Infinity Edge first item on Aphelios. A lot less going for the CDR and mana regen, but just the raw AD instead. And even more frequently, we're seeing it into often Phantom Dancer third item. I.e. Zeyzal is a very common build on the champ. In general, Aphelios is a champ without attack speed steroids on the kit, which tends to make double Zeal better than on someone like, say, Tristana.
Yeah, definitely agree there. Meanwhile, for the teamfight's about to set up here, Kumo going right in off the Cloud Drake speed.
And it's Stunt flashing away, then hooking in the opposing support, but Zeyzal puts up the shield. He's pretty safe, but Kumo finds the attempt towards Cody's son, chasing in. The flash follows. Svenskeren's almost in range, and he can't get the lantern. The Q's gonna land. Svenskeren's gonna get there and gets the shutdown. Beautifully played by the EG top 2 as Sven walks away with a ward hop. And look at that, Evil Genius is winning that fight. Ryoma, not sure what he can find. The flash follow for Bang. He wants to get into this one. Looking at the chance at a steal, look at the chance at a kill. Quick wave clear comes in. There's the ult, there's the QSS. They're still running for dear life. The silence is going to come in, and one more spell will kill him. He's trying to run. He's trying to get away. The attacks do land. Ryoma is down, and EG should cleanly claim this Drake.
Bang finally is able to take down the Zoe that was picking up flashes, using the cleanses, using the QSS to get away. They get the kill, plus Dragon picked up in the meantime. And because that Zoe's actually so delayed in the kill, the death timer is going to open up.
Stunt. Stunt, why are you there? He's gonna burn down. You cannot contest the other side of the map without your team nearby and EG all alive. That signals a chance to go for Baron. Cody's son is alive. Ryoma's up in 6, but it's still a 5v3 for now on the map.
Yeah, let's see how quickly they actually burn it down. Bang, as you mentioned, does have a high DPS build, does have full crits pretty much active for Aphelios, and Kumo trying to zone out the rest of 100 Thieves. Meteos is ready with Flash and Smite on Sejuani, though.
2,400 on this one. Meteos does not. No, he does get the ward. He is. Oh! Cannot quite come in time. Good smite by Svenskeren. Is there a re-engage? And doesn't look good. It's going to be Meteos dropping at least for one. The ult comes down on from Ssumday, but they're not going to find a kill on Kumo. They're now in full retreat yet again. Svenskeren not going to Q follow just yet. The poke going to land on a bang, but he's going to be safe enough. Ssumday grabs the lantern, just barely walks out. They'll keep the rest of the team from dying, but Baron and 3 unanswered kills came through for Evil Geniuses.
Evil Genius is coming up so clutch here in the mid game. Being able to get that extra pick, Meteos not having the vision to go in any sooner, and just barely gets there a little bit late. Locking up the Baron there is Svenskeren for Evil Geniuses. Really, really clutch. But now, they've got to get a lot of work done here with the Baron. There's 2 secondary turrets left standing right now, so they can go get a decent amount of gold. No summoner spells on Bang from chasing down Zoe, so that may be one area that 100 Thieves could keep their eyes on. They do have pick potential. Stunt, Ryoma, Meteos, all can try and target Bang. It'll be up to Zeyzal on the Braum to protect him.
Well, there we go. Move speed activated. Stunt wants in. Can't find the hook, though, as a ward hop builds a lot of distance that Stunt could not easily cross. The Righteous Glory Mobius is a ton of move speed. Stunt can't quite kill that ward, though. Has to fall back to the squad. Has no more minions to kill. He's already fully upgraded that item and just going to rejoin the team. So Baron buff still on for a minute and a half. Evil Genius is poised to take second seed here. Second seed at the end of the regular season. Absolutely incredible stuff out of this team. And they rejoin League of Legends in a big way.
Yeah,
okay,
they're going straight inhibitor
right
turret. They use both teleports to the top side to try and rush on the inhibitor turret before defense is there, and it's going to work. 100 Thieves are not going to be able to catch up.
Big damage coming in. Ryoma going to try for the wave clear. Big chunk of damage out from Bang, though, as well. Is asleep. There's some decent damage. Bang going to find the root, though. He might find the rest. Almost. Yes, diving in. Finding that kill. The turret is dead. Suppression on the wing. Stunt's going to drop as well. EG may indeed have done it. Meteos can only run away and cower as double kill came through for Bang. It's 5v3, and EG are not showing signs of stopping. Sub 30 minutes diving in towards Cody's son. Nexus turret's going to fall. Evil Geniuses will be taking the second seed into the LCS Spring 2020 playoffs. 100 Thieves will not stop them. No one else will stop them. Evil Geniuses put it together, doing work in the back half of the split, improving to their 11th win in the tiebreaker. And they will be your number 2 seed team. Sett is tanky. Ssumday will try to buy time, but 100 Thieves will not stop them. They will be 3rd seed, and the game is over. Congratulations. Thieves as their first round opponent. Evil Geniuses will face FlyQuest.
I like that spice, right, Freak? Because usually you assume they're just going to pick number 4 and after FlyQuest's performance, but Cloud9 calling their shots. They're coming for 100 Thieves. They're coming for the second hottest team in the league that you're talking about. Maybe a little bit dampened after this last loss, but honestly, they had started out that game versus EG with the upper hand. Ssumday in the top lane going really well for them, Dragon stacking, and it wasn't until that mid-game play from Evil Geniuses that they really took over. So